BTS stands on business after the Grammys try to pigeonhole them by creating brand new regional categories. What? We gotta see what's going on. Hey, thanks for checking back in. A little bit different video here than a standard reaction. On July 29th, all 7 BTS members posted the same exact message to their Instagram accounts. They stated that they decided not to submit to the Grammys this year, and they hope that their music can be heard and loved for itself, rather than being distinguished by region or language. And then they go on to thank ARMY, who is always with them. So what would lead them to make a decision not to submit to the Grammys? Well, the Recording Academy announced 5 brand new categories, including Best Asian Music Performance, all set to debut for the Grammys in 2027. Now, the Academy will tell you that the Best Asian Pop Music Performance is about recognizing the explosive growth of Asian pop music. However, I think it's under the guise of recognizing explosive growth of Asian pop music. This is the way of the Grammys putting BTS in its own lane, giving them a category where they can recognize BTS without allowing them to dominate the rest of the categories. All right, so let's talk about the categories. Okay, so Best Asian Pop Music Performance. This one is unique because it's organized around geographic region and language, whereas the rest are around genre, performance type, or songwriting. The Grammys already separate some music by language or region, but this is a lot different because it takes the world's biggest pop movements, K-pop, J-pop, and I guess C-pop, I don't know a lot about that, and it separates them from the main pop field instead of simply treating them as pop. Which then begs the question, why isn't there any Best European Pop Music or Best North American Pop Music Performance? Why is Asian pop the only one defined by geography? All right, so the 2027 Grammys is set to air on February 7th, 2027. The eligibility period for music for the 2027 Grammys is music released August 31st, 2025 through August 28th, 2026. And obviously, BTS's Arirang falls directly within this window with their March 2026 release. I just want to make sure we're clear. And let's go into the timeline here, which I think is absolutely crazy to show that really they created this to suppress BTS's global influence, in my humbled opinion. So let's walk through the timeline. All right, June 2025, the remaining BTS members complete their military service. July 2025, BTS announced they're officially reunited. In January, BTS announced that in March 20th, 2026, they'll be releasing their new album. And then we have the new album title released in January. And then we have the full album release of Arirang in March of 2026. And this album is nothing short of a masterpiece. It debuted at #1, multiple countries, and Swim was #1. Then BTS announced that they're going to go on a world tour, and they basically sold out the world. In fact, they could probably sell it out multiple times over. So BTS going out with a generational run and is producing one of the most amazing musical experiences of 2026. Well, then we have June 2026, the Recording Academy announcing new categories. They announced Best Asian Pop Music Performance part of 2027. Are you kidding me? And then you see we get July 29, 2026, BTS announcing, we ain't gonna play that, bro. We do not play that. So what the Academy has done, instead of finally judging BTS like every other global superstar, they created their own separate lane, basically to recognize BTS without allowing them to dominate all the other pop categories. Well, I support BTS in this decision, and I hope that what this does is kind of take a wider look to say BTS is really using their clout, that maybe it can put pressure on the Academy. I hope what this does is it forces the industry to confront whether these global artists are going to be treated the same. Like, you want my humble opinion? I think I've said it 100 times. The king of K-pop is actually just the king of pop. And I hate that they're trying to say, yeah, Korean pop music, that's not the main. To me, as a guy here in the States, only current music I listen to today is K-pop music. Well, that's what I think's for happening. I support BTS 1000%, and I appreciate them standing on business. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think's happening? And hey, I'll see you guys on the next video.